Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Hope you've had a great weekend, everybody. So, how are you all doing? Come in and have a chat, guys. All right, so see if anyone comes in a few minutes, and I'll keep it going for a while if we get some people joining. So if you want me to keep this going and just try to interact, and yeah, feel free to ask any questions. So yeah, I probably won't be on all night, so just yeah, come in and have a bit of a chat. Um, yeah, so is there a way I can share this so more people see it? Hang on, what's this transfer? What's this copy link? Just trying to find if there's a way to share the Facebook thing out. Oh, here we are. Share now public. Um, alright. So yeah, hopefully we'll see a few people coming in, but if not, then I'll do something else. So if anybody's here, let me know. How are you doing? Anybody there? So there's two people watching on the YouTube side. Well, one of them's probably me, but if you're watching, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. So I hope everyone's had a great weekend. Come and say hi, whatever, and on somebody. Nobody seems to want to chat with me these days. Well, here at least, anyway. Just yeah. Um, I don't know, guys. It's disappointing, really. Yeah. It's like I've been shadow banned or something, and it's just no one's really seeing it. Oh well. I'll keep it going for a few minutes just in case people are still getting notified, and maybe we'll get someone in a few minutes. So. Let's just send it out to somebody. yeah, doesn't really look like anyone's watching then. Oh well. Still got a few days to wait until my restriction is up on TikTok. And then, yeah, be a relief then, but oh well. Never mind. It is what it is. Yeah. But it would help if somebody would come in and have a chat. Just gonna do something first, but yeah, just feel free to ask questions or whatever. And all right, nobody on the Facebook side either. So yeah, oh, never mind. Is anybody here? Let's have a look. Nobody's still on the Facebook chat. Nobody on the YouTube one either. Alright. So if anyone's there, what do you want me to talk about? I'm open to different stuff. So yeah, come in and feel free to ask questions, or whatever, and yeah. So yeah, nothing really going on. So, but the guy said would join in 10 to 15 minutes. I'll keep it going for a while. I just don't know what to like really say while like yeah, it can be a bit difficult. So um, is anybody here? Doesn't really look like it. So yeah, like my focus is just on the cycling thing that will be starting next year. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Because I want to do something meaningful with my life. Because you know, live a life of just like purpose. Otherwise, it's just, what's the point? If you're just gonna, at some point, it's like it'll just become like Groundhog Day and just meaninglessness and just, yeah. Eventually, everything would just become kind of boring and stale and just stagnant. So it's important to actually have something to work towards, some kind of goal that you're working toward. That's my focus, really. It's just, I really want to get successful. I want to make some difference and, yeah, leave my mark on the world. Something that I can look back on in the future, and maybe something I could even share with potentially children at some point. That you know, so tell them about what I've done, and yeah, maybe I'd actually become successful to a point where I become financially free. I can pretty much be, so be able to, like, if I had children, then I'd want to be able to give them the best upbringing, maybe even private education, something like that, that would actually be a good quality for them. So I would just set myself up in a way where we'd be able to teach them and wouldn't have to be working 9 to 5 jobs, things like that. So we'd still have a lot of money to be able to, like, bring it up the best way possible and give them the life experiences that they need and everything. And so you got to think about the future and what you actually want to achieve with the future. And so many people are just so short-sighted with life. They just think about now, just think about instant gratification and just meaningless stuff, that's just like why are you doing that? You at some point you've got to be like, okay, well, what am I doing with my life? If you're just playing on video games all day or you're just doing pointless stuff, at some point, I don't know. It's fine if that's what you're into, then fair enough. But I don't know. It's just some people's like, they don't really think long term. They just think about instant gratification. They don't think about like how they're going to be affected long term. And so, but it's something I struggle with myself, I suppose. Like, sometimes it can be hard to not cave into some of like dopamine things, because it's like we all want to feel good. We want to feel good all the time. We want to, but sometimes you've got to go through that discomfort temporarily just to and end up in a better situation. And you'll have more sustained, a sustained sense of fulfillment in life. And that's what I want to focus on, and building that, sort of foundation that I need to have that fulfillment and everything. So, but right now I'm not really feeling that fulfilled, to be honest. It's some days I'm really feeling, not the best, and just feeling kind of like I'm not really doing anything proper with my life, and it just sometimes I get kind of fed up, and yeah, but just gotta keep focusing on the goal. It's just that I don't know whether it's not necessarily a good time to be starting the cycling thing. I need probably enough time to like try to raise funds as well, so and just get everything sorted and plan things out properly. But so I could just get a electric hybrid bike I'm planning and just kind of I could probably ride like upwards of like 100 miles in a single day. So I could get from where I live, say York, to like maybe I don't know, to like Newcastle or something, maybe like something like that in a single day. So like for example, it take a few hours to get there, but to get e-hybrid, it would be not that difficult. It would be pretty fun. So, and then I would go from there, maybe go to Scotland, and then you could just do like different cities and stuff. I'm planning on maybe doing John O'Groats, and I come all the way back down. I could go through the Highlands, potentially even organize a hiking trip up there if people want to actually do that. We could have a group session. We could have people meet up. We could all try to attempt to get up Ben Nevis. We should be able to get up there, but I've done Snowdon before, so it's a little bit higher, but it's so I think I'll be able to do it. But yeah, there's got so many things I want to do. But yeah, it's just about getting ready for it, making sure that everything's planned out properly. And yeah, you don't need to like over plan everything, but there is a certain amount of planning that needs to go into it. So that's just what I'd recommend anyway. What do you think, guys? There's still nobody here by the looks of it. So come on, guys. I'm just going to go get some water. It's been quite warm the last couple of days, so you can easily get, especially in the top of the, like I have to go like 2 flights of stairs to get into this flat, and it's like it gets really, really hot in summer. Like, I think earlier it was like 27 in here, so sometimes it can even get almost 30. Yeah, I think sometimes it might have even been hotter when it got to like, if it was like 30 outside, then it was probably even higher than that. I'm not exactly sure, but I did see one day it got to like 28.5 or something. I'm like, holy crap, this is hot. I'm just like, I'd be like sat here just sweating, and I'd have to like move away from time to time just to cool off, because I'd have all this heat coming through the window, because I can't like put blinds on that one. So it's like, so just be like sweating like a pig. But that's first world problems, eh? Yeah. I thought somebody might have shown up by now in the chat, but yeah, sometimes I have just like too high expectations of people, I guess, thinking that they're going to show up, but whatever. Oh well, it is what it is. I'll give it a few more minutes. If nobody shows up after that, then I guess I'm just gonna call it a night. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing, really, but what can you expect? People have got other stuff to do, and some people might not even know that I'm live right now. It's just not even showing up for them. Yeah, I'll give it a few more minutes. The guy said he will be coming, so if anyone's here, how are you doing? Sorry, I'm kind of being a bit boring right now, but it's hard to kind of keep chatting when there's no one to bounce off, really, but oh well. I just can't wait for this TikTok restriction to get lifted. But then, even when that is, I'll be like, feel like I'm walking on eggshells, with all these stupid policies and stuff. So like, what did I even say that was hate speech? Because they didn't even specify exactly what I said. So how do I know what to not say? I mean, it's all very like, yeah, I don't know, dystopian, really, isn't it? That you become worried about every word you're saying because you're going to get deplatformed, Because I was growing pretty fast. It was growing at an exponential rate with these live streams and stuff, but they just kind of, yeah, try to slow me down, As that song goes, I get knocked down, I get up again. That one. uh, yeah, I don't know if it's for American audience if they know that one, but yeah, that was quite a big one here in this country. It was like yeah. Was it Chumbawamba? Anyway. I'll give it up to like say 30 minutes into the stream, and then if nobody's here by then, probably call it a night. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I was just talking about the plans for the future. So I have things I'm planning to do. I was just thinking about this charity thing and what I actually want to do because there's different charities I could support, but I was thinking about even using it for my own project, really, something that would benefit people like me, like the people who have the similar kind of issues that I have or I've had, throughout my life, that and just try to, I don't know what exactly, but I was thinking about having like a space for people to come and hang out and network with each other, but I don't know if that's really necessary. I think there's started to have things like that already, and I think there's certain, and even it's like online kind of groups, so maybe enough of that. I'm not too sure, but like I've been talking about wanting to start, like, helping to get music and different art out to more people. I could sort of, but I don't necessarily need to raise money to do that. But I'd have to look at see what charities there are that I can, I feel like would be worth supporting, because there's things like Autism Speaks, which is not a good one actually. It's yeah, there's probably better ones out there. I think that would be more worth supporting. So um, maybe I should plug my webcam in something. Hello, is anybody there? If so, then how are you doing? The problem when I use the webcam is the angle changes. So watch this. Now it's like kind of a different angle, but I guess it'll do. It looks a bit better now. It's not like so fuzzy like it was before, but yeah, good evening if anyone's watching me. Give it a couple more minutes, see if anyone shows up. Hang on, let me just do something real quick. Hang on. Alright, anyway. So it doesn't look like anybody's coming. Another guy said he was going to come, but it said 10 to 15 minutes. I think that's gone now, but sometimes people will say one thing and then do another. Maybe he's just running a bit late or whatever, but I'm not going to be staying on much longer. I can't really be bothered, to be honest. Thought someone might have come to hang out and whatever, but oh well, never mind. It is what it is. Oh, hello, JB. Sorry, I was just looking at my phone. Some funny like meme stuff on my phone. Yeah. How you doing? I was like gonna get off soon, but it's just difficult when there's no one here. It's like it's quite sort of let's just put the light on. That's better. Yeah, not too bad. Just yeah. Um, just scrolling through my phone at the moment to see what I can find. Yeah, just looking through Instagram at the moment. But yeah, I'm planning on doing some like foraging soon because I'm getting some like apples, so maybe some like blackberries. Yeah, so that they'll be like ready soon. So there's just so many of that stuff around here. It's great. Like it's a great place to. I actually went on a walk earlier and there was like someone had like some plums growing on the tree or something, and then there was further down there was like some apples, but they were on in their garden. So I'm like, technically it would be stealing if I took them, um, but I guess if I have access to it, then does that mean it's actually stealing or what? I mean, if I can reach them, then you know, I don't know what you would think of that because they do say if it falls on your side, that if it's leaning towards you, then you know you can take it. But if it's in their garden, even if I guess I could technically reach it, um, but would it even know really? Well, yeah, I'd like to say, you know, they're probably not going to catch me, are they? Like, how would they? I would have to. There was like a bit of a wall you had to climb onto, and then you could just reach over over the fence and just like grab it. Well, I could anyway because I've got long arms. So the advantage of having long arms, I suppose. But yeah, I could just grab a bunch of them, and yeah, um, saves me, you know, having to buy them or something or whatever. But the thing is, I'm probably not even going to use them all anyway. So why not just give that out some? Because what tends to happen is they grow them and then they end up wasting half of them. What's the point, you know? Do it at night just in case. Well, yeah, that might be a good idea, but they're probably not going to see me anyway because of the way it is. Like with it's hard to really even because it's basically the trees like it's like at the front. I mean, well, not the front, at the back of the garden, and it's like there's a fence, and there's like, so if I just reached, so they probably wouldn't even see me. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's a chance, but you know, sometimes you just gotta take a chance. But um, there's a lot of fruit trees, guys. It's like crazy. There's actually like I made a video a while ago, but it's gone now. But it was on another channel I had, and it was about this like like a community garden. Maybe I should make another video about that and show that because they've actually made some like improvements to it. They've like started to I could make a video and show that. Might actually maybe I could go out tomorrow and actually do that, but supposed to be meeting some people tomorrow and but yeah the yeah so like there's tons of blackberries. There's like these wild apples, which are like crab apples and stuff like that, which are you should cook them really. Like they're quite tart, quite bitter. So cooking it will help to improve that. But you could use it in things like crumbles, and I'm planning to maybe just use it in like porridge or something. Was it blackberry and apple porridge or something like that? I might put a bit of, or just apple porridge. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what yet, but I might put some of that in, some cinnamon, something like that. Just think that would work pretty well. Quite healthy, a lot of like antioxidants, a lot of you know nutrients in there, so also really maybe good for you as well. So to try to like, you can do a lot with apples too. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's, you know, you could do porridge, you could do crumble, you could do like pies with it, you could do apple strudel. There's a lot of things you can do, but yeah. But I'm trying not to like eat all this like sugary stuff now, so I'm looking at more at like healthier type of recipes. You could do like flapjacks or something, but I would do it more like a sort of different, you know, recipe where you use natural sugars instead of these like added sugars that they use, like these syrups and stuff that are like devoid of any nutrients. I mean, dates can be a good substitute for sugar. I mean, there's sugars in it, but it's natural sugars. But maybe that's something I could do at some point, come out with my own cookbook and actually do recipes. And this could be like for like people who struggle with their diet and give them like altered recipes and stuff. Or I could maybe even do like coaching and help them with their diet and try to give them healthier alternatives to like sugar and stuff like that. You know, just give them tips on how to eat better and actually things like that. So yeah, antioxidants. Was it melatonin? Yeah, melatonin's in. I've heard tart cherries are apparently are good for melatonin, which is the sleep hormone. So, but melatonin apparently can increase antioxidants in your body, like glutathione, which is really arguably the most important one. So they would call it the master antioxidant, but some would even say melatonin could be, because it sort of increases a lot of different antioxidants throughout the body. So yeah, that's something to like consider. But yeah, glutathione apparently can be increased by I've heard that certain things like what is it? There's like certain vegetables that you can eat to increase glutathione, but yeah, it's really important that you have, especially like when people get older, they need to make sure they keep on getting enough, because your levels would naturally drop as you get older. Your body's ability to make antioxidants would decline as with age, so it becomes even more important to actually get it from food. You should always get it from food anyway. But then there's this argument that if you get too much from food, then your body may like shut down its own production of antioxidants. I don't know how true that is. Maybe there's a certain timing for these things. Like maybe you shouldn't eat too many antioxidants around the workout because you're not going to get maybe the same antioxidant benefit that your body would naturally produce. Like, I don't know, it's all kind of complicated and there's conflicting stuff around it, but generally you want to have the right balance of antioxidants to counteract the oxidants in the body. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, exercise is a way to improve antioxidant production. That's one of the reasons why exercise is good for you, because it improves your cells health and all that, and makes it so that I think you can even get rid of like senescent cells, things like that, through exercise. There's also a thing called autophagy, which is the kind of thing where your body would start eating it, cells and stuff. I've heard exercise is a way to induce that. Basically means autophagy means self-eating, so the body is eating itself basically. So these in its own cellular debris, things like that, misfolded proteins, things that the body is waste things in the body that some of these could turn toxic if there's a buildup of them. So it's actually good to get rid of them and then replace it with new healthy functioning cells. So, but yeah, generally, like when the body's in a state of stress, it's going to ramp up its defenses, and so you do want to cause the body some stresses intermittently, like through exercise, and some argue through fasting periodically can actually have similar benefits as well. Or maybe doing things like sauna bathing or ice bath or cold showers, things like that could. But the thing with cold showers is that I think the main benefit that people get from that is that sort of uncomfortable feeling they have for like a minute or whatever it is. That sort of like sets them up for the rest of the day to feel great and feel more productive and in a better mood for the rest of the day, even though you'd feel like crap. But I heard someone was saying that it puts them in a bad mood. So I guess it depends on the individual, but a lot of people say that it can put them in a better mood for the rest of the day, because when you've been through a bit of discomfort, then you're just gonna feel so appreciative to be alive, because that's over and I feel so great. If you've done like exercise and you stop the exercise and you just feel that relief of that you can now relax and just like calm down and just like So I mean that might be what it is. It's about sort of that dopamine and that sort of that we need. Sometimes we need to have that contrast. They say like you can't have the good without the bad. Sometimes you need to remind yourself of how good you have it by making yourself uncomfortable. So then when that goes away, then you'd be like, oh, I feel so much better now. It's like, I don't know if you've ever noticed, like if you've ever been ill or something and it's like you've had a cold or whatever, and then you just, once you start getting better, it's like you feel even better than you were before it, because you just feel like, oh, I feel so good now. I'm feeling like, feel clean. I feel like, sort of, that's it. Yin and yang, all that sort of, spiritual kind of stuff. But I think there is some truth to that, like the duality, and so you're into all that kind of stuff then, like the duality, because they're going about like this divine masculine and feminine and all that kind of stuff. But then there's just people saying that masculinity and femininity is a construct. It was a construct that doesn't, actually have any reality to it or something, but because there's like gender roles and things like that. But there are certain facts, like men are generally going to be stronger. They're going to be generally more leaders. That's just how we're biologically made. Whereas the women tend to be more nurturing and more caring. That's just how their nature is. So this thing of, the two kind of being in symbiosis with each other. And you'll notice even in like homosexual relationships that they still like crave that, like opposite. Even if they're attracted to the same sex, they still crave that, sort of the sort of opposite kind of thing, that as in one of them's the more masculine and one of them's the more feminine. And it sort of like balances each other out. I was raised Catholic, but don't believe in it now, and so somewhere in the middle. So you're more kind of into like, because you get the people into like the science and all that, and obviously there's truth to all the science and stuff. Like there's certain truths, but then there's certain things that science doesn't really explain very well about the origin of consciousness, things like that, and what. But yeah, the two genders are completely different. I agree with that. On mass and everything. Yeah, well, some people have you believe that they're the same thing or whatever, and they say, "Oh, women can do what men can do," but it's like, no, not exactly. And there's things that men can't do that women can do better. So I think it's like the best thing to do is for men and women to come together, but we're all unique in our own ways as well. It's just we all have things that we're good at and not so good at. It's just naturally how we are, our DNA and everything, our genetics that determine some of these things. And yeah, we have certain control over some things, but like I said, there's strength differences. There's differences in kind of how like we socialize. There's just yeah, it's true about the same-sex stuff. That can be a big thing when you first meet people. Yeah. But then it's like, why are people feeling the need to like tell everyone what their gender is? Now I get that if they're transitioning or whatever, and like they could be confusing or whatever, but I guess if they're trying to put that on or whatever and really work hard at like trying to be that other gender, then surely like it would be obvious to that other person that that's what they want to be called, like if you see like someone who was a dude who started putting makeup on and stuff and they're trying to wear those clothes, then but you'll see some of them and they're not really pulling it off very well, like they're not even trying. I don't know, like, but yeah, like why do you care so much about what other people think about your gender? This is the thing where I'm like, if you want to be that way, fine, but then it's just like when you get like being pushed now into schools and stuff that yeah, the whole non-binary stuff, yeah, like, yeah, what does that even mean? That means that you're none then, doesn't it? It means that you're nothing. But then what they'll try and do is now say, well, they want an identity because non-binary to them isn't, they don't feel like that really gives them identity. It's just nothing. It's like a neutral thing, and they don't want to feel like some neutral. So then they just like, they want to identify as a helicopter or some crazy stuff. So I just feel like, because I know you're saying that you're like, well, I'm not gonna, but yeah, I mean, this whole like kind of LGBT thing, that's like, it's kind of like there's certain people that are now involved in that are actually kind of, you could say, poisoning the well. Like with these parades and stuff that are just like. But then if I talked about this on TikTok, I don't know, I don't even say that, because when I go back on TikTok, I probably won't even be talking about this sort of stuff, because chances are they're just gonna kick me off again for hate speech. I don't even think I talked about any of this stuff on that live when they kicked me off. There was no reason. It didn't make any sense. I was being, yeah. They do need therapy. And I think a lot of it is mental illnesses that have been caused by some of these platforms, to be honest. When we went into the lockdowns, I think that kind of kick-started a lot of these mental illnesses. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? It's just this like, when this like Orwellian dystopian thing where like wrong thing and just like self-censoring and all that. That's what would go on in like George Orwell's 1984. And a lot of it's coming true, a lot of the predictions and stuff. That's how I see it. It was like a prediction of the future. But yeah, it's crazy stuff, isn't it, that's going on in the world right now. It's people can't have an opinion anymore, it seems, without getting kicked off. I just still don't know exactly what they kicked me off for. I've still got like 5 days to go, or 4 days in the morning. So yeah, it's just dragging. Yeah, it's really like, because I really just want to get back onto it. I've not seen what the live that I was on I was on for like half an hour maybe, and then it was going well. I was getting a few people in, and it was like, yes, it's going pretty well. I was getting some new people showing up, and then it just suddenly went off. I thought I'd knocked it off for a second. I thought I knocked it off for a second, but then I realized that no, they took it down. Well, they said hate speech, but then, I could get it up now probably and show you, but it's that's the reason that they gave me, hate speech. I'm like, what do you mean hate speech? What exactly did I say that was hate speech? I think there was somebody attacking my channel because they start seeing that I'm getting somewhere maybe, and they're just like, we don't want that. We want to just... Some people would rather, instead of them trying to be successful themselves, rather just attack somebody else that's trying to do that. So it is what it is, but that's what we're dealing with. Yeah, we're doing it twice a day. Yeah, I was just trying to aggressively try to grow it. So yeah, people would be like, you know what, this is we don't want this guy to be growing at this rate. I was like, I think the day before that I gained like over 50 followers. So like at that rate, I would be basically gaining about 18,000 in a year. So that's almost 20,000 followers in 1 year. That's just at that rate. If I could have kept that going, and if it potentially even grow faster. But I am going to keep on growing it. I need to be a bit more careful. I don't know. It's a bit concerning when you think, oh well, if I go live, then I don't know. What can I say? What can I get away with on there? Maybe it was some of the stuff that was put in the chat, and then it was like when they said some those silly names, or it sounds like something else, but then I think some of these might be designed to like it would sound like the N word or something, if you know what I mean. But then I would one time I actually fell for it, but that was on a different live though. So I'm like, why? I don't know, unless someone had reported that one. I don't know. Don't know what's going on. It's just, it would help if they were specific. But yeah, mass reporting, it could very well be. It's hard to really know what it is for certain because they haven't said anything that I wouldn't know if it's been mass reported. But it just says live access suspended. You can go live and join a live as a guest starting from August 25th, 2023, 8:40 a.m. So that's, so I've got to wait 5 days to, well, technically 4.5 now, but it says live access not restored. We reviewed your live and found that it violated our community guidelines. So it must have been from that live at the morning, which was on the 18th. So it was from that live, but as far as I was aware, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just kind of chatting with people. I don't remember doing anything wrong in that particular live. So what the hell? Like, it was just really weird how it just went down when I was trying to be a bit more careful with, like, because I know I was doing the whole flirting thing, and I had some warnings on that, but I was trying to, like, calm down with all that sort of stuff, but that wasn't the thing. It would have been a violation for sexual content or something. I don't know, but that wasn't the actual reason. It was saying it was I think it was saying on here that it was hate speech. Yeah, here we go. Hate speech and hateful behaviors. All right. TikTok is enriched by the various backgrounds of our community members. Our differences should be respected rather than a cause for division. We do not allow any hateful behavior, hate speech, or promotion of hateful ideologies. This includes content that attacks a person or group because of protected attributes. Visit our community guidelines for more information. So when in that live did I do any of that? I don't remember doing any of that. If I do, then I'd apologize, but like I honestly do not remember at any point did I do any of that. So I call BS on that. I mean, and sometimes, yeah, I make a jab at, like, feminism and the modern feminism, especially but I don't think that would count as hate speech, right? I'm allowed an opinion. So what exactly was it then? I mean, there was just no, like, specifics on it. It's funny they reviewed it, but can't tell you the specific reason. That's not fair at all. Yeah, exactly. Why can't they do that? Surely it's not that hard. All they have to do is say, give me a timestamp, you know? They could say it was at such a point in the thing that was the offending bit. And maybe you could say it's too hard for them, it takes too many resources. I don't know. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here, but it's not good for, like, the people trying to go live and just, because then they're just like, what is it then? It would help to maybe prevent more bans and stuff. I just don't get it, because I know, like, there was banning people from that live, and that could have triggered some people. Someone was saying, I don't know who it was that was said this, but that because I think I banned somebody from the live because it was just starting to get really annoying, that they might have flagged it then, but they've reviewed it, so it's not like that they've flagged it and then TikTok has, like, then put it back up. They reviewed it, so there must have been something in there that I don't know, like, but what though? I haven't said anything about, like, oh, the J people are evil, for example, or, you know, like, say that, you know, like, hate in a certain religion or something like that. I don't remember doing anything like that at all. So I just don't get it. No, I can't. Is there any of your lives you rarely even swear? Yeah, I do sometimes a bit, but that doesn't count as hate speech, though. Yeah, I think so. The other day, that person could have a few accounts. Yeah, this is it, you know. But then it could get twisted in a certain way for it to be construed as hate speech. I don't know, but someone was saying how, like, these big channels, they wouldn't get affected by it. They would not get taken down because they're too big of a, you know, they would be losing a lot of money if they were taken down. So it's not in their best interest to have these big channels, you know, to, like, restricted, because they're the ones that are making them the most money. But the ones that are making them the least, well, they don't care about them. It's like a drop in the ocean to them. So, but yeah, like, I don't get it. At what point did I? And it's like, I don't think I'd even be able to, like, then appeal it again and ask for, like, exactly what it was that because I tried appealing it, but then I wasn't able to like ask for any reason or anything like that. I just pressed appeal on it, and then it's concerning because maybe at some point they'd actually shut my account down or something, you know. So I need to look at having other places to where people can come in and still connect with me. I know like people might say start up a backup account, but then I'd have to then go through all the process of getting it back to 1K by doing networking, which wouldn't take too long, but why should I have to do any of that, you know? Yeah, exactly. It's all corrupt, you know? At what point that... I know there was a point, I think, where I was doing like the eyes thing, but I was just kind of messing around, you know, not like, it's not hateful or anything like that. You know, I like to just poke fun and stuff, but it's like, they need to like understand context and like, so maybe certain things I said could have been construed if people want to construe it that way, but without the context and the, if you just take everything seriously, then, but yeah, like, I don't know, guys, it's just, it can be disheartening because you try to put so much time into it just for them to then try to stunt your progress like that, to kill that momentum that you had going. But it's just going to be a little roadblock that's in my way that I can just get over. And yeah, so I need to like start trying to bring more people over to other platforms like Facebook, for example, and that way I've still got somewhere where people can come in, or even YouTube as well. My YouTube channel, just try and get as many people on there as possible. Sorry, because when I'm in the live, and that's when I'm like connecting with people, so that'll be a good time to get everyone over. But yeah, it's just disappointing that not so many people actually came over as they did. So yeah, like why should I have to start again with the new backup or something? And it's like, yeah, I can get it to 1K pretty quickly, even within a few days, just by going to these growth streams. Because somebody I talked to, and she's like, yeah, she's like doing that herself, and she's getting like a couple of hundred followers in like a couple of days, so it's working out for her. So, because I think she wants to go live at some point as well. I might be able to like network with her and then try to maybe go on her lives and stuff. Maybe she'll come on mine, but we can grow each other's, and then, you know, just try to focus on doing that. Maybe at some point go on other people's lives. Then people might come and check me out, and then I grow my thing even faster. Then, you know, I'm just going to be even more like persistent with it, and just, it's like, use this as motivation to just even go harder and just, yeah, because once I get to a certain size, then they're not going to be able to do anything to stop me from doing what I want. Because even if they do nuke my account completely, I'll have enough of a following that no matter where I go, I'll still have a following. And so if the problem is like I say, like a small channel like gets shut down, then you know it's hard for them to get established somewhere else. Then, whereas if you're already big to begin with, it's going to be a lot easier to get started again, because at least some of your audience you'll have connected, say like on Discord or in some other chats. Maybe I'll start up a Facebook group for all my fans and stuff, and we could, you know, have it somewhere to connect. That way we're, you know, so, but yeah, it's just that not everyone uses some of these platforms, so probably best to just have as many different options for people to come and connect with me. And it's just, yeah, like I said, who knows what's going to happen. And I was even thinking about it before I got shut down, that I need somewhere else to, like, you know, to bring people to, because the account could get completely nuked. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but you've got to plan for these things. You've got to plan for the worst case scenario. I think that's just generally what people should be doing. like how you need to maybe have an emergency fund. That way, you know that no matter what happens, you're safe. Like if any whatever unforeseen circumstance happens, you know you'll have enough money to be able to deal with it. So, like whether it's a health emergency, whether it's some kind of just anything that you did not foresee, because a lot of people just don't factor in everything that could possibly happen. So yeah, I'm just kind of, yeah, like I said, I'm trying not to get disheartened by it and just stay on the grind, just stay motivated, you know, and just keep doing what I'm doing. Like I've already got a following on Facebook. Unfortunately, they'll just, well, someone's just followed me. All right, cool. Yeah, so just got a new follower. So that's something good to see. I'm just like, well, it might be from the last video I put out. I tried like a sort of an intro video for the new people coming in. So yeah, I just have to see how it goes really. But yeah, I've been kind of losing a few followers, but I've gained a couple as well. But you know, it's just stunted my progress really. Once I start going live again, it should just start blowing up. And like I said, I'm planning to maybe go on some other streams. There's this somebody I talk to sometimes, and she does their own streams, but I might go on with her at some point. And I talk to her offline at times as well, but yeah, it's just one of the, I guess, the legit ones. There's very few legit people I actually find on TikTok, to be honest. There's a lot of just, we've talked about this offline. I'm not going to say everything on here. Just don't need to keep going on about it. It's just, you know, there's all these messed up people, really. Whether it's trolls, whether it's just like people just trying to waste your time and just play games or just try to seek validation or whatever. It is what it is. It's just, that's the internet for you. But when you're offline, you know, things aren't quite like that. Yeah, a lot of fake accounts. You just don't know who's behind any of it, do you? Really, it's just such a dark place, really. Full of just really kind of weird and just some quite unsavory characters on it. Some of the trolls are some of the worst I've ever experienced online. I'm usually pretty good at like dealing with trolls because some of them, yeah, they're quite trolly, but you know, they're kind of somewhat benign, you could say. But some of these ones are really just like, they've been really trying to get under my skin and just really just try to make me go insane. I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to break me down. I think that's what the whole game is, to just make me give up and just go offline. It's like you start to realize when you try to get not famous, but just kind of get successful and get a bit known and try to, you know, sort of get your message out and everything and connect with people. People don't like it if they feel insecure about themselves, you know. They'd rather try to knock someone else down. It's when they get too personal, it's like, why? But it's not even that, it's just like when someone was going on about the lighting, and I'm like, it just really started to get under my skin. Like, and then you get these troll accounts that keep saying I look like Laporte or something, some footballer, and I'm like, and I knew that it was some troll thing because it kept on coming back with these accounts. I kept banning it, and they would just keep on coming back all the time, and it would just, I just got fed up of it, you know. Someone's just like added me on Snapchat. Let's see how this goes. I bet it's just some time waster, but yeah. Oh, So the person has a 0 snap score. So not a good start already. Yeah. Not looking too good already, is it? Now, yeah, it could be a new account, whatever, but that's still, yeah. Why are they just adding me? Like, I don't know. Seems kind of weird, but let's just go along with it for now and see what happens. But yeah, I've just seen some like weird accounts coming up, and like a lot of them are just like trying to promote like adult websites and things like that, aren't they? And yeah, I don't know. Usually, a lot of times I just end up blocking them or something, because yeah, they're just wasting my time. Like they try to get you to sign up to some website or something that, so you can see some like adult content. So yeah, let's see what goes on with this. I doubt there's going to be any. Yeah, doubt it's going to be a legit person. Sometimes it's just fun just to see what happens and what even is this person like. But yeah, the 0 stat score means it's just an account that's been set up now, I'm guessing. So because snap score is pretty much like an indicator of like how legit they are. Like if you see they've got a snap score in the thousands and thousands, then chances are they're legit. Yeah, some people don't really use it so much, don't have much of a score. Like me, I when I recently started to use it more, I've got 133, so not much at all really. But that will obviously go up over time. So they go on like we don't have adult sites, some of them. Yeah, it's I don't know. It is what it is, But yeah, no response yet. We'll see what happens with it. But I'm not looking forward to it though, because it's but we'll just see. I don't think. I'm just kind of curious just to see what exactly happens. But yeah, it is what it is. Like a lot of these will be like some like Eastern European women or something or whatever.